Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Liz Elam. I'm the founder of Juicy. Today's guest has spent his whole career asking one question that I think about constantly in the industry too, which is what if you ran your building like a hotel instead of an office? Elliott Sparsis cut his teeth in real estate and finance at Blackstone, spends years at Convene building out their London footprint, ran Cavendish Venues as CEO, and now he's out on his own. He and his co-founder Declan just launched together in April their first flagship in a genuinely stunning building by Richard Rogers in London. So they are stepping out. It has 2 auditoriums, a 32-foot LED wall, thousands of square feet of gallery space. It's a big, confident first move at a moment when a lot of people in the space are playing it safe. I wanted to get with him to talk about why he's betting big, what he's learned, and also how companies are gathering differently now. And also, side note, we're very excited that we're going to be hosting Juicy UK in London in this beautiful new Together space in October. Elliott, how are you this morning?
I'm very well, Liz. Thank you very much for having me. I must say, I feel privileged to be on your podcast. So I haven't quite achieved very much as yet, but I feel very privileged for you to have me on. So thank you.
Well, I think you have totally stepped out, and I think it's amazing. So congratulations on getting funding and launching. You're in a small group of humans that have done that.
Yeah. Thank you. That's very kind. It's not an easy process, fundraising, as you know.
No, it's horrible.
Easy process.
I know.
So
I don't recommend it. So one of the things I love to cover with everybody, if you listen to my podcast, is morning routines. I feel like my morning routine is part of the reason I'm successful, because I wake up every day with intention. I don't immediately grab my phone. I pray, I meditate, and I read some inspirational stuff that really speaks to me. And I'm curious, you've got a lot of kids, so your mornings may not be so serene, but how do you start your day?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think my mornings have changed a lot over a 10-year period. Fast forward to today, we have 4 young children. They're 8, 6, 5, and 18 months. So my mornings now look very different to what they did 10 years ago. But my mornings are half an hour with the children in the morning, give them breakfast, and then I'm out the door by 6:15, by 6:30.
Wow.
We launched our first venue here at 88 Wood Street 3 months ago. So we're here living, breathing it from early in the morning most days.
And it's funny because that part is really hard, but it's one of the best parts. The very beginning where you just roll up your sleeves and you're like, I'll do it. I'll do anything. What do I need to do? And just do all the things.
Yeah. You know what? You learn so much about yourself, your business, your team through launching something from the ground up, right? And launching something from the ground up with no processes, no systems, no experience in how we work together as a team is intense, but like deeply rewarding. You go home and you feel incredible every single day because you've achieved 100 things that you didn't set out to achieve when you woke up in the morning. So it's not for the faint-hearted. Running your own business, running your own hospitality business is not for the faint-hearted. Running your own London-based meeting and event business with 500 people that are highly discerning is interesting but exciting.
I bet. Okay, so I want to go back a little bit though before we go forward. Take me back to the beginning of what pulled you out of real estate finance at Blackstone and into meeting and events.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think there's a mutual friend, and I like to call him a friend, that drew me out of the real estate world, Mr. Ryan Simonetti. I learned everything from him. I spent almost 10 years at Blackstone, loved it, pre-children, worked a ton, had a ton of fun, but it just wasn't an environment that I knew I would stay in forever. So we go back to 2017, 2018. Ryan was looking for a head of real estate in London, wanted to bring the Convene brand to the UK. Reached out, put me on a plane to go and see him in New York. I walked into the first Convene and realized that product didn't exist in London. Like elevated above ground, doesn't look like excuse my French, but a shitty hotel ballroom basement with no natural light, right? What Ryan was doing in the US didn't exist in London. So I very quickly hopped across, joined the business as head of UK. I'll go back a stage, joined the business as head of real estate for a period, then quickly progressed into head of UK, supported Ryan bringing that brand here to London. And then, the rest is history, I guess. Here we are now, sort of with our own product and our own brand. And so that's, to your question, that's where it started.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, Ryan's a great guy. I really have been friends with him for a long time. I'm super proud of what he's built, and he's also a really good human. He has supported GC from the very beginning, and I'm always eternally grateful for that. So you spent a lot of years at Convene, and then you went to Cavendish. What's the through line connecting those to what you're building today together?
Yeah. I mean, the through line is, Lizzie, I've got two big passions in life, like outside of family. Family's first for me in everything I do, and a slightly off topic, but I encourage my team to lean into family. Like, family is the most important thing we do, right? Family first, always, and that's our approach to running this business. But my working world, I have two real passions. I love real estate. I came up through studying real estate in the UK and London, and as you know, spent a bit of time at Blackstone. My second passion, we've always hosted at home. We've always had dinner parties. We've always had friends over, and hospitality is a massive part of what I love. So our business is a combination of real estate and hospitality infused into the same business. Like, that's what our business is. So it's my two big passions in life outside of family, and I feel somewhat privileged to be in a position to come to work every day with an incredible team and do something that I truly love at the moment.
I love it. I love it. And, you have said before that, the idea behind kind of the event business is running it like a hotel. Is that still the thesis together, or has it evolved further?
Yeah. I think that's Ryan's one line, right? He came up with that thesis. What if you run an office building like a hotel? I think that progressed a long way from those early days of Convene, and we're now a hospitality product that lives within a building and supports a landlord in delivering an experience that they can't deliver themselves, right? Landlord's not an operator. They don't have deep teams. They don't have the knowledge of what operations and hospitality looks like, right? They're amazing at creating great real estate. They're amazing at building, creating great products, but it's that service line, it's that hospitality that brings the energy, brings it alive, and ultimately attracts occupiers to office buildings. But we're a hospitality business. We're doing a ton of other revenue streams in this building outside of the core meeting and event space.
What are some of those?
Yeah, I mean, we do a ton of, it's blown us away, but catering within the building. So we now serve 4 of the 6 occupiers within this building. We do all of their food and beverage. One occupier's got a whole floor of meeting rooms. We're doing all of their F&B, but also adding a service line on top of just providing the F&B, which is really exciting for us. And that's surprised us as just how deep that revenue stream is, which is exciting. And we're also now running a club at the top of the building called Club 88, 10,000 square feet, private demise, big roof terrace overlooking the city cluster. We're the first operating business to put a 6-meter outdoor LED wall onto the roof terrace for watching sporting events. So that space operates as a club for the building during the daytime, but then we sell it privately in the evening to occupiers of the building or external clients within the city. So it's so much more than just meetings and events. It's all powered by the same engine, right? We build a big engine and a lot of infrastructure here. We have big kitchens. We've got 4 full-time chefs. We've got 6 full-time front of house hospitality people running level 1. So we run a big operation. And the meetings world, it's a tough world to get into. You've got to invest deeply in the physical build out, but you've got to build a big team from day one, right? You can't deliver hospitality without a team that is bonded, joined up, friends, prepared to go to the trenches with each other. Like, that's what hospitality is about. And clients pick up on, if you're bringing in a team that don't understand each other, don't know each other, don't know the product, the client picks up on that. So hospitality is tough. You got to deeply invest in your team, in your people. They've got to be senior. They've got to know what they're doing. They've got to be experienced. So it's a tough product to stand up meetings and events. I mean, I compare it to Flex a lot. I've just spent 18 months fundraising. We just closed a £10 million funding round, and I talked about this all the time. Like, the meeting and events sector it's a team that delivers the product. It's not the physical product. It's the team, right? And finding a team and building a team's hard when you've got zero experience, zero revenue. You got to really lean deep, and you got to take a big gamble in building a big team to be able to deliver what we talk about being able to deliver. So
what
it's a
resonated? What resonated with your investors? Because it's so hard to raise money, and a lot of industries, it's just really challenging to make the numbers work, and it's especially challenging if you've got a people deep business, which you definitely have. How did you get over that hurdle with your investors? Because I understand you guys are really looking to expand quickly, and you got the money to do it. So how did you get over that hurdle?
Yeah. I mean, I think firstly, I thought I could raise money in 6 months. It actually ended up taking 18 months for us to close the funding round. So these things take time, but it takes time because you've got to find the right partner, right? We had 3 different investors that actually wanted to invest. 2 of them were just the wrong partners for us. So raising money isn't about finding the money. It's about finding the right investor that understands you and is investing for the right reason. So it took us 18 months. I think we did 63 different pitch decks to different family offices, private equity, VC, hedge funds. I mean, we talked to a lot of people, and it took a little bit of time to find the right partner. So the simple bet that we established with our investors was the physical experiences that we take out of the world, we believe deeply are going to become more valuable the more the world absorbs artificial content online, right? And my investors, who are a family office, actually make quite big investments and quite big bets in the AI world. And they loved actually this physical energy that we bring that actually counteracts that side of their investment thesis. So for us, the very simple bet is the more the world absorbs artificial content, we believe the more valuable physical experiences are going to become, right? You just can't fake being in a room with people, right? You can never take that away.
Yeah, I mean, as a futurist who's been studying this industry for over 15 years, 100%, that's a great piece to land on, because it's absolutely true. Like, the events industry is just projected to grow and grow and grow. And it's because, as we get deeper into AI, we're going to have a lot more solo entrepreneurs, and we're going to have a lot more loneliness. And that leads to people really, really valuing in-person events. That's just going to be a huge business in the future.
Completely. And we've all been to events, and you leave and you feel, if you've had a good experience, you feel elevated, feel energized, you feel something that you can't get from having conversations remotely or through Teams or in different ways. So a well orchestrated, a well delivered physical experience gives you so much energy that it can never be replaced by anything else. Is our strong belief.
100%. Yeah, I've been saying for years and years and years, you can never ever replace face to face. Like, it's just never. Even if we've all been on a million Zoom meetings, we've all joined things remotely, but there's something inherently different when you invest your time and energy to be face to face. It just matters. It just matters.
Completely.
So you guys are killing it. When we talked last week, you told me you guys were sold out, part of the week until the end of the year. What do you attribute that success to, just straight off the bat?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of factors that are playing a part in that. But for us, and it was part of our narrative of our thesis of why now was a good time to raise money and launch this business. And COVID has changed the landscape of where demand is coming from, which is what we're seeing on the ground here. And the main big change is COVID has shone a light on how inefficient large meeting and event spaces is within all of the corporate's own demise, right? COVID shone a light on the fact they only use that large room down in their own basement 20 days per year. The cost of that is huge, right? To deliver an auditorium in their own office, they've got to build a culinary team. They've got to build a kitchen. They've got to build an AV team. They've got to invest every 24 months in updating their projectors, their AV, their speakers, their microphones. So the cost to experience, COVID shone a light on the misbalance of having a big auditorium in their own office. So we're seeing all of the big corporates in London, when they're either making a move or they're refurbishing their own space, they're getting rid of that big auditorium in their own footprint. And guess what they're doing? They're outsourcing to specialists, right, that are above ground in interesting buildings that reinvest in their AV and tech, focus on their food and beverage. The food's got to look good, but it's got to make you feel good after you've consumed it in the afternoon. So we're delivering an experience. We're in a building that brings a lot of value to our clients. We're in a Richard Rogers designed building that works really hard for us. The minute you come in our front doors, you're in a very architecturally interesting building. So it doesn't feel like you're in an office. It feels like you're somewhere different. It raises your energy levels slightly. So we're delivering an experience that the very second they come in the front doors of the building that we exist in.
Hey guys, just breaking in. You shouldn't have to think about your co-working software. Workspace Geek keeps your operations running with dependable tools and predictable pricing, so your focus stays where it belongs, growing your business and serving your community. Learn more at workspacegeek.com or click the link in the show notes to book a quick call with a member of their team. Your first month is free if you sign up by October 1st. Now, back to the show. Yeah. So I have a question for you. You said something about, like the afternoon lull and food. Are you guys looking at the science behind the food that you feed people?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. So we've been spending a lot of time studying a very famous Israeli chef called Yotam Ottolenghi. He's delivered the Ottolenghi brand here. He's been here for 10 years. He's actually now just going through a growth phase. They've got 8 restaurants in London. They're about to open a few more. But he's sort of coined the saying brain food. And really the thesis behind that is, how does food make you feel after you've consumed it?
Yeah.
Right? It's got to look good. Obviously, it's got to taste good. But actually, how does it make you feel after you've consumed, right? 10 minutes after, an hour after, that afternoon. And that's what we got to try and deliver to our clients. We got to deliver them a great experience. They've got to enjoy the food. But then when they go back into the big room for the afternoon session, they've got to feel awake, empowered, and not have that sort of carbohydrate slump that you get if you eat the wrong kind of food. So yeah, we got a great chef. She spent a ton of time looking at all of the small ingredients that we deliver. But we also have the strange luxury of being able to deliver the same food pretty much every day of the week, because we have different clients in our space every single day. We can get one menu, 2 menu, really dialed down in terms of how amazing it looks, the flavors, but actually the right balance of carbohydrates to proteins to flavor. So it's something we've spent a ton of time on, and we continue to spend a ton of time on.
I love that. And I know you and I talked briefly about, like, I really think in the future, food isn't going to just be like gluten-free or vegan. It's also going to be, is this gut healthy? Is this heart healthy?
Completely.
Is this longevity based?
Yeah, completely.
I think it's really a fascinating angle.
Yeah, no, it is. What we see is, nobody takes pictures of our furniture Nobody takes pictures of the carpet or the fresh air. They take pictures of the food, right? So the food has got to surprise, delight you from a visual perspective. But then, as we said, it's got to make you feel good after you consume it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you guys swung out big with this Richard Rogers building. What made this particular venue the right first best bet for y'all?
Yeah, good question. And it's not a one-line answer. For us to grow our business, there's a ton of stars that have got to align, right? The building has got to be architecturally interesting, but the owner of the building has got to understand our business. They've got to understand the demand that we put onto the real estate, right? We have 2,000-3,000 people that can move through our doors in 1 week. So the logistical pressure that puts on a building is tough. But then the physical space has got to be efficient. We can't be on level 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 because you just can't move that many people up through a building from a fire escape safety perspective. So we want natural light. We want to be above ground. So that limits us to the lower floors. We've got to find buildings with big column grids, right? We're not opening rooms that have got columns in from a business perspective. So it's tough to find that box within a box. You've then got to make a big investment in physically how that space works and operates. So we made 2 really big investments downstairs, one that's very visual, one that isn't. The big investment of the non-visual item was we put almost £500,000 air handling unit into our demise downstairs that essentially doubles the oxygen supply into the 2 large rooms that we have downstairs. And we have a 500-person room and a 300-person room. So it's really efficient, but it's very clever. It's basically based off of if you put 200 or 300 people in a room, the carbon dioxide doubles within 30 minutes. We have CO2 sensors that then pick up the change in CO2. Our air handling unit then triggers and dumps 100% more oxygen into those 2 rooms based on the CO2 levels. So it's incredibly clever in terms of how it works, but it avoids our clients, our delegates, our guests feeling drowsy in the afternoon, which happens in a lot of these big rooms that doesn't and fails to pump enough oxygen in a room once you've got 300 or 500 people. So that's a subconscious investment we made. Our clients don't see it, but they definitely feel it.
Well, and I also love that from just a air quality perspective. After COVID was over, there would be gatherings and then there would be a surge of COVID. Like having a better air handling system is a really smart move.
Yeah, it's important, really important, really important. And that's subconscious. So that's the first thing. And the second big investment we made is we've put a 9-meter by 3-meter LED wall into our big room. It was just over £250,000. It's fully integrated. It looks like it was always there. And the impact of the LED wall when you walk into the back of our room is incredible. It really is.
Yeah.
We have 2 projectors either side because we have the ability of carving our big room into 3. And when you see the quality of the LED wall in comparison to the projector system, it just is an amazing investment that a lot of our clients are buying into. So I think we're the first London-based meeting and event business to integrate an LED wall of that size into a meeting and event space in London. So it was something we were quite excited about, are still very excited about. Took us a long time to work it out in terms of just how it works, the operation element of it, but also just the capital expense of how it gets designed, integrated, where you sort of almost feel like it's been there forever.
I'm excited to use it. Like for me, it's also thinking about like there's different ways to brand things. There's different visual elements we can bring in. You and I talked about, on a break, putting up really beautiful scenes in nature at really high definition to like help calm people's nervous systems. Like I think there's, and then I've also thought of, I need to be careful what I wear in front of it because it's completely, a light shining through. So anybody going to GCUK and speaking, think about that because we're totally using this fun new device.
So there's a good point, but it's new to us. So actually, we've got to educate our clients as to how they best use it and get the most impact out of it. Right.
Right.
It isn't a projector. The quality of it is 15 times better in terms of the pixel quality than a projector.
Yeah.
So video displays really come alive and just blow you away when it's on something that's 9 meters by 3 meters. So it's part of our job to educate our clients as to how they could get the most out of it.
I'd really love to know, like, where is the best placement for my logo? Should I divide the screen? Is there a stand in front of it where people are speaking that maybe I should have a different background on? It's fascinating. I hadn't really thought about that.
They're all great questions. We got 2 AV engineers that are full-time in our business that take all of our clients through that process.
Yeah. Love that. Okay, so what if I'm a co-working space and I'm seeing this success and I'm thinking, wow, I see some empty space. Maybe I should go do some event work. Because, a lot of co-working spaces do a lot of different things, including events. If somebody was like thinking about that, what's the one thing you would tell them to get right before they invest in that kind of space?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, Liz, because you're asking me to give away secrets here. So very good. That's a very good question. But I think,
well, I have an answer. I'll tell you what I would say. Get the real estate right.
Get the real estate right. I mean, you know what? I absolutely get the real estate right. But actually, I think it's back to my first point. You've got to build an experienced team that understands this sector, right? This sector isn't sold on per square foot, desk price, annual cost. The terminology, the language is completely different in this meeting and event sector. So I think if anyone's going to lean into it, you've got to build the right team that understands this product set deeply. But to your point, the real estate absolutely is important, but you got to be able to sell, operate, run it.
Well, I actually think you have a better answer because the people are so pivotal to it, right? Because they are the experience. Like, it's like, you have to have a great space, but it's all about the people delivering it. Yeah. Like, I can tell you the name of the very first time I did an event in Convene. I can tell you who my contact was. I can't tell you who my contact was at 35 others, but I can tell you who my first one was at Convene because she blew me away.
No, and that's powerful, right? It's really powerful. Yeah. So to my earlier point, the team deliver the experience that is memorable and that the client takes away. And that's why the client goes back, right? Because the client has a memorable experience. They feel connected with that team that were in the weeds with them, that were there at 5:30 in the morning, right? The team is everything. You can't deliver our product without a truly experienced team.
And as an operator, when I do events, there's like basically 2 kinds. There's the kind where you're renting the space. You're not getting help. You're just getting the space. Yeah. And then there's a different experience. And I think the thing that really set Convene apart for me and is setting together apart is that you're not alone in this. Because before I was just renting the walls. But with you guys, I feel like I have an experienced team with me. And if I know if I need anything, I can turn to anybody on the team and say, hey, we're out of tea. And they just handle it. And I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Liz, what you've just described actually underpins the name of our business. And this is a bit fluffy and a bit romantic, but actually there's a very famous African proverb that really stemmed from where the word together came from and summarizes exactly what you just said. And the African proverb is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that is our business, right? We have a team that are tight-knit together, but actually our clients are coming into us to strategize about how they grow their business, how they produce something new collectively together for the long term. So that African proverb is a great synergy and really describes our business very accurately, I feel.
And it's awesome because it took a question from me because I was going to ask you why together. So there we go.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Perfect.
That's that. Yeah. I mean, together is
So
obvious, right? We bring people together, but that African proverb sums
I
us.
love that. So when
Right.
you and I spoke last week, of course, if you know me, you know I'm going to bring up mental health. So Elliott and I were talking about
Yeah.
mental health, and you guys support a local charity. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I love this, and I want more businesses to do this, and I love that there is a mental health focus to your business.
Yeah. So we support a local charity called James's Place, and it is a suicide prevention charity. We donate £1 for every delegate that comes through our door. We donate £1 to James's Place. They actually have a hospice 2-minute walk from where we are here at 88 Wood Street in the City of London. And suicide, and predominantly male suicide, is the biggest killer in males under 40, which is just a staggering fact. The patron of James's Place is a guy I was at university with and started my graduate scheme with, a guy called Harry Wentworth Stanley. Unfortunately, his older brother committed suicide. His family then started James's Place. They've saved hundreds and hundreds of lives since they incorporated the business. They've got 4 hospices around the UK. They're about to open another one. We're going to host a big fundraiser event for them at the end of this year. So it's, a small token of us giving back, but it's something we feel pretty passionate about as well.
I love it so much, and I love it about it's like every footstep through counts in a different way. And I really I love that very intentional piece to it. And I love businesses that take a portion and give back. I'm actually forming a new venture with a friend who's based in Asia, and when we put it together, we're like, let's figure out like what percentage we're going to give back for everybody. And it's just I think it's the right way to set up a business these days, and I love that.
Yeah, we've got to have a responsibility, right? So important to us to give back, that's for sure.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so I'm going to ask you one last killer question. And this one's super fun because it makes you do my work for me, which is what I'm about. So, what is the one question I should have asked you, but I didn't, and then you get to answer it?
Okay.
So tricky.
Wow, you should have prepared me for that. What one question you should have asked that I should have asked you that I haven't prepared for? I guess you probably should have asked me.
Oh, I know one. I've got one.
Go on.
You're expanding in the building. That's exciting. What does your growth look like in that building?
Yeah. So we've signed a lease on level 1, 20,000 square feet. We've just signed another lease up on the top floor, level 12, where we're delivering what's called Club 88. It's going to be the first private roof terrace with massive 6-meter outdoor TV, 100-person private dining experience on the inside. So that's really exciting for us. I guess a kind of sort of exciting question is like, what does growth look like for Together?
Yeah.
Is it London? Is it global? That's something we're not getting carried away with, but we have been surprised at the sort of inbound approaches we've had from global landlords, which blows me away, but is also quite exciting.
Yeah. The demand is there. Like the demand is there.
Demand is there.
And I think it's also tough because as you've experienced these things, like you can't, it takes so much time because you've got to build a team and build a building over that it's not a fast one.
No, it's not. And the demand is there is a very interesting one. The demand is there. The demand is moving away. What I'm seeing and feeling and hearing from clients is away from that hotel meeting offer, right?
Yeah.
Historically, a lot of hotels have all had ballrooms that have then been Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 workday experience meeting spaces. But our clients just don't want that environment anymore. They want to be somewhere that doesn't feel like a hotel, that they feel like they're special. So it feels like the demand.
I have never put Juicy into a hotel for several reasons. One is those spaces are primarily windowless. And, it's like if a plant won't survive in it, why would you put a human in it?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, as an event organizer, the way that they do it, in case you people don't know, is they make you guarantee a number of hotel rooms. So it puts the event organizer in a ton of financial risk because you don't know if you're going to sell those hotel rooms. And if you don't sell those hotel rooms, you're still on the hook for them. So it can work, but it doesn't always work. And I'm not going to tell my people, you have to stay here. That's ridiculous.
No, completely.
Yeah. And then I have found the ones that do put windows in their meeting rooms are so exorbitantly over the top expensive. And we all know the food is decent, but not good.
No, completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting for us. Really exciting times. We got a great team that we've invested deeply in, and the first one's always the hardest, right? To get off up out of the ground. So we've done that. We're now moving. So no,
it's also the most fun because I've said this before, but I think there is nothing. Okay, there's a lot of amazing things in the world, but to me, one of the very best feelings in the world is having a dream and then seeing the physical manifestation of that dream. I remember vividly the day the furniture was delivered to my first co-working space. And then the moving trucks left. And I sat there and I was like, oh my God, I did it.
Yeah. You know what? Because the hard work, pain, late nights, time that went before that point is so great that when you get to that stage, that feeling of, wow, we physically have something is incredible. And you've manifested it in your mind for such a long period of time that when you get there, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah, if you've never done it and you like got in your gut that you want to like swing out and be an entrepreneur, go for it. It's hard as hell, but it's also so rewarding. All right, we are way out of time. Elliott, thank you so much for taking the time and congratulations on Together.
Pleasure.
I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to host Juicy there this October. I'm now even more excited about it. And thank you for helping us bring our community together.
Pleasure. And thank you for having me, Liz. It means a lot. Genuinely.
Of course.
Means a lot, so thank you.
And we're working with Elliott to bring you guys some really exciting surprises to showcase some of Together's abilities that I think you guys are going to really love. So follow along as we get closer. And I've enjoyed this conversation so much. And if you did, do me a favor and share it with somebody that needs to hear it. Like us, follow us, buy a ticket to GCUC. Any of those will do. And you can find Elliott in the show notes on LinkedIn. We also will have a link to Together. I'm Liz Elam. This is a Juicy Podcast. Have a great day. Hey, don't go just yet. You need to know about our upcoming events. In September the 16th and 17th, we are going to be in Cape Town doing Juicy Africa for the first time. You can find a link to ticketing in our show notes, but it is africa.juicy.co. And in October, we're going to be back in London at Together for Juicy UK. That's October 8th and 9th. You don't want to miss this one. It's in London and it is fantastic. And you can find those tickets at uk.juicy.co. And I hope you enjoy the podcast.